on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. It's the Minnesota Vikings and the Washington Commanders. And it's all up next.
We are just east of the U.S. Capitol, about 8 miles or so, at the home of the Commanders, Northwest Stadium in Landover. So good to have you with us, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson here in the booth. Partner, these are a couple of teams that struggled a year ago, finished out of the playoffs. They were under 500, but that's what you love about the NFL. A new season brings renewed optimism.
Absolutely, and really, Mike, a lot of new faces at critical places. I mean, there is a lot of new pieces to the puzzle here, both coaching staff and the roster of players. They believe last year is over. They do not think there is any correlation between the squad they're planning to put on the field today and that one that we saw really go through some growing pains and struggles just a year ago.
The kicker, Will Reichard, has the ball on the tee. And off we go from just outside our nation's capital. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Washington offense going to make their way to the field for the first time. They are led by the former Heisman Trophy winner out of LSU, Jaden Daniels.
I think we're seeing this so often now in the modern NFL is quarterbacks who can hurt you both improv as a scrambler and also with designed runs coming out of the huddle. So this is a tricky situation. Guys who can run with this kind of speed, you have to be very careful how you pass rush them. You're not just rushing to a spot. It's not just an X behind the center. You got to try to corral him and keep him in the pocket because when he escapes, big plays are to be had. When we met with these coaches during the week, Mike, they told us the emphasis this week about getting the run game going early, and we see it here. Nice first play pickup, fresh set of downs.
And he will not get away. Terrific open field tackle. Gets him down behind the line. Following the completion, we'll get a stoppage here for an injured player. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Throwing on second down, Daniels. And that ball in and out of his hands. It is incomplete. Might tell you after the game he should have come up with that one. He doesn't. And now third down comes up.
They told us this week they were going to try to come out fast, and tell you what, that's exactly what they did. Put immediate pressure on this secondary and let them know, hey, all game long today, you better defend every blade of grass because we're coming out firing. And even though that ball falls incomplete, it goes a long way in setting up the rest of this.
And he will go all the way. Touchdown, Washington. Terrific way to start this one, Greg, on the opening drive. Getting the ball in the air, down the field, and into the end zone for 6.
We wondered all week, Mike, if this secondary would get tested, especially as the game progressed. Well, we didn't have to wait very long. I mean, a big play early, and we got ourselves a 6-0 ball game.
Austin Seibert now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Commanders will take a 7-0 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. To return, it's Brandon Powell. Now an opening past the 30. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. Here's the Minnesota offense taking the field for the first time. They're led out by the number 3 overall pick back in the 2018 draft out of USC. It's Sam Darnold.
And this is the opportunity Sam Darnold's been working for. I mean, to resurrect his career after some struggles early on in New York. He's had a bit of a mixed bag, but there is no mistaking the physical talent, the arm strength, the ability to play quarterback at a high level. He has it all, There's a reason he was drafted where he was, Mike, and I think Minnesota has themselves a sleeper here at the quarterback position. Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on 1st and 2nd down, Mike. Living in these 3rd and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
So on 4th down, out comes Ryan Wright to punt for Minnesota. Olamide Zaccheaus deep to return. And a fair catch is taken. It is just inside the 20-yard line. The Commanders' offense ready now for their 2nd drive. They had that lightning bolt to open the game. The long touchdown. They'll try to build on the lead now. This drive begins 1st and 10. They send one of the tight ends in motion to the left. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. And he's going to be taken down at the 37.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Now a screen going to be set up for Robinson. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8.
You see so many teams wait till 3rd down to execute their screen game, but I like in this case the play caller changes things up. He uses the screen game on 1st down, which will have an effect on this pass rush going forward. How aggressive do they want to get after the quarterback? Because they got that screen play still in the back of their head.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. And a good effort there defensively. It's knocked away and incomplete.
You know, there's a fine line between trusting your arm and having a little bit too much faith in your arm, right? I think this was one of those situations here, Mike, where there was nowhere to go with the ball. He tries to fit that one in there anyway, and he's lucky that it just falls incomplete.
3rd and 2. Here's Daniels. That'll be caught by the running back, Robinson. And he's going to have the 1st down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
Set to go now on 1st and 10. It's a give up the middle to Robinson. And he'll work forward for about 3. It's 2nd down. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. Work in the middle of the field, but that is incomplete.
You talk about a quarterback getting bailed out. Man, that is a pick all day long. And as this defender enters the huddle, you see a bunch of his guys hitting him on the helmet. But I can promise you, they're saying, next time, you got to come down with that one.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. Taking off, he'll try to get there.
Having a quarterback with this ability to run is such an X factor in today's NFL. It's an element of their offense that you have to be prepared for on every single play. Here we see it on 3rd down. Starts out as a pass, nowhere to go with the ball. He tucks it, turns into a runner, picks up the 1st down.
To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
This is where the playmaking ability almost can be a detriment to a running quarterback. They have such confidence in their ability to keep plays alive with their legs that sometimes they hold it just a little bit too long, thinking they can make the next big play, and good job by the defenders tracking him down and took him down for a loss.
That's caught. Left side. It's complete. 13 yards on that pass play. 1st down, Washington.
3rd downs, Mike, those are quarterback downs. Those are the downs where you tend to find yourself in a must-pass situation, and that's where the top guys in the league are still capable of overcoming it. So throw the ball downfield, be accurate with the ball. Winning on 3rd downs, that is a recipe for success.
Now Robinson. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. Second down and 8. Off the play fake, here's Daniels. That one is caught beyond the pylon. Touchdown, Commanders. His 2nd catch of the game, and both have gone for touchdowns. The teamwork was just ideal there. Greg, we don't see practice all week, but we see it pay off in the game.
And when you have a wide receiver, Mike, that can operate near the sideline, it just increases the amount of space that quarterback has to work with. He knows that he can put that ball maybe a little bit further away from the defender, knowing he's got the guy on the other end to not only secure the catch, but to keep his feet in bounds for a touchdown.
Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Powell now to bring it back. Oh, he's got room past the 30. And they'll be set up well as he is past the 35-yard line. The Vikings offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They face 2nd down and 7. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. It's a pickup of 12. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the 4th quarter.
Here's Jones. The hole closes quickly. He'll pick up about 3. Second and 7. Again, it's Jones. And he is not going to get away. Might have gotten a yard, but it will set up 3rd down. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
And this is where the speed of your inside receivers are so critical. He lines up in the right slot. But, Mike, look how far he covers to where he ended up receiving that ball. You can't have all day. Those defensive linemen, they are coming after your quarterback. So the speed in the slot is critical. That's a great example why.
To throw on first down is Darnold. That's into the hands of Aaron Jones. About 19 yards on that one, and they're in business. It's first and goal.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target.
It is brought in the end zone. Jordan Addison, touchdown Vikings.
But you think back to their first possession of this game, Mike, it resulted in a punt. Not exactly the fast start the coaches told us was so important as this game unfolds. They get the ball back for possession 2. Now they try to find some rhythm, find their identity of the game plan, and they come away with 6. So that's how you bounce back in this league. It's not always going to be perfect. Really nice job settling into this game here with their second possession.
On now for the extra point, here's Will Reichert. It's up and through. And the Vikings are on the board. It's now 14-7. Reichert out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. A safe kick taken at the 5. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Commanders offense ready to take over possession of the football. They lead by a touchdown as this drive begins with 1st and 10. On play action, Daniels. That's complete. John Bates, the tight end. It's a gain of 16, and very quickly, a first down.
We talk so much about starting fast and then trying to sustain that throughout the course of the game. That's exactly what they're doing here. They've got the early lead, but they're not content to just sit on the ball. They're looking to extend it. Nice start here to this drive. Once they cross midfield, then it goes into go mode. You're trying to come away with points every single time you have the ball. It's a good way to start this game here in the first quarter. You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
Daniels to throw on second down. And he'll be marked down at the 45-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play, and it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest, and that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there. Throughout this entire game, we've really seen this quarterback operate very efficiently, not only being able to spread the ball to multiple playmakers, Mike, but really complete a high percentage of his passes. So can't let that last incomplete break what's been a really nice rhythm so far.
Off the RPO, they'll get it to Brown. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
The timing of these RPO concepts, that's the entire key. Remember, Mike, in the college game, they get a 3-yard window that they're allowed to be downfield even on a forward pass. That's not the rule in the NFL. These decisions have to be made quickly. If not, even after a good pickup, you could be coming back due to a flag. So defensively, there's always the initial pass coverage plan, and then when that breaks down and the quarterback goes into scramble mode, how fast can you then move on to the second phase and what they call plaster, meaning find the nearest receiver and almost play him man-to-man, and it's exactly what they did here, and there was nowhere for the ball to go, and he's forced to just throw it away.
Oh, how good was that? Out of bounds, and they're going to mark it at the 2. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. And they're going to hear it from this crowd. They're backed up deep as they start 1st and 10. Not much there, maybe a yard. Here's a 2nd and 9. They run it once more with Jones. And he will get forward for about 5 yards. That sets up 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll try to run for it. Give him 11 on the scramble and give them a new set of downs.
This just kills you as a defensive coordinator. Here you are thinking you're going to get a 3-and-out, get off the field, pick up some momentum for your team, and you allow the quarterback to get loose with his legs, and he's able to pick up just enough on 3rd down to convert, and now you got to go back out and defend a fresh set of downs.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. To the right side, he's got Hockenson, his tight end.
It's not the big play they were hoping for, but 1st down efficiency, staying ahead of the chains, is what every offense is trying to find, and it brings up a manageable 2nd down.
Here's a 2nd and 6. In motion, it's Jefferson. Now Jones. And he'll take this up, working towards the 1st down mark. He gets 5, but is just a little short of the 1st down. Third and a yard. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. He's going to air this one out. And flags come out. That's batted down. It's incomplete, but it looked like early contact. Let's check the call. The crowd does not agree with that call. Boos ring out. Doesn't matter. Not going to change it. It's a 1st down. And that'll be a pickup of 3. A run, it's Jones, and the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This offense has to be thrilled, Mike, with the success they've had here on the ground in this opening quarter. Now as the rest of the game unfolds, everything in the game plan continues to open up.
They'll go back to Jones on 1st down. Down to the goal line. No signal. Is he in? They'll say it did not break the plane, but a real solid gain on 1st and goal.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Justin Jefferson. Touchdown, Minnesota. Greg, it's one of those, sometimes you got to feel like you know where the ball's going to go, and the defense knows it too, but it still ends up in that guy's hands for the touchdown.
Absolutely, Mike. In these critical situations, like down here in the red zone, it's players, not plays. It doesn't matter what you draw up on the board. You say, okay, who's my best player? Put them in a good matchup, let them go win, and give them a chance. That's exactly what they do here, and I think we're going to see a lot of this the rest of the game.
Reichard good with the extra point. And the Vikings will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown, and time for the kickoff. From the 6, here comes a return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. Here comes the Washington offense now. They get set to take over. This one, everything we could have hoped for to this point. All even at 14. They'll start this drive with first down. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. Quick throw here is complete. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down. They'll come up now for second down and 4. The tight end Ertz in motion. A shotgun snap, and they'll give it to Robinson. And he'll only manage to pick up 3 yards, and that leads to third down. Third and a yard, it's Daniels. Open man, left side, he's got it. And he is taken down. A big gain on that one. Great way for them to end this opening quarter. Whole lot of extra muscle over there on the left side for this 1st and 10. To throw is Daniels. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Nice example there, Mike, of the quarterback just being smart with the ball, understanding it didn't quite develop the way he had intended. Throw that ball out of harm's way, live to play another down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. Throwing is Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. They'll try to run for it with Robinson. The speed on display. He's in. Brian Robinson. Touchdown, Washington.
There's so many elements of this play, Mike, that are just so impressive. Not only the ability to break tackles and make guys miss, but then the speed to say, okay, I can make guys miss, but I can also take it to the house. I mean, there's just not a lot of backs in the league that have that combination skill set, and fortunate for them, they've got one here, and he makes a big play here for a touchdown.
Here's Seibert now for the point after. He's got it. And the Commanders have broken the deadlock as they move out to a 21-14 lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Ty Chandler now to bring it back. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Justin Jefferson and this Vikings offense heading out for their next possession. They're searching here for the tying score, down 21-14, and they'll begin 1st and 10. They'll put Addison in motion. They show jet sweep and instead run it up the middle. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. On play action, here's Darnold. He runs with it. And he's into a slide to avoid the contact. Does so successfully, and it's a 1st down.
And this is what you like to see if you're the head coach. Not only does your quarterback know exactly where that 1st down marker is, he's able to pick up the 1st down, but then get himself on the ground. He avoids the big hit and picks up the 1st down.
On the handoff, Jones. And he's fighting to try to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not do it. This is going to be a loss of a yard.
The speed and the get-off by the big interior defensive tackle, Mike. I mean, he got through there so fast, he almost took the handoff himself.
Lost 1 on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Throwing, Darnold. That one into the hands of Jefferson. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down. He's able to look it in and get forward for a pickup of about 8.
The receiver thought he had a nice soft spot in that zone coverage, and he settles down to give a nice target to the quarterback. But the defense had eyes on him the entire time. Secure rally tackle prevents that from turning into a big play.
They'll try and run for the 1st down with Jones. They'll stay on the ground. They converge on him quickly. He'll only get a couple. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now the first carry for Cam Akers. He'll manage only about 3, so it will bring up 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. He's got his tight end, Hawkinson. 13 yards on the catch there. 1st down, Minnesota.
I know, I'm biased. But listen, you can't convince me, Mike, that there's a better option on the field, especially when you got a guy like this, than on 3rd down or critical moments. That's where the ball needs to go. The size, the speed, the matchup problems that he creates. If I was in a critical situation, there is no doubt where I'm going with the ball.
Throwing on 1st and 10 is Darnold. That's caught once again by Hawkinson. And that keeps him ahead of schedule. That's a 1st down completion of 7 yards.
When you put plays like this on tape, it sends a message to every defender across the league. When you play this offense and this guy has the ball, you better bring it when you come to contact him, because if not, you're going to be on the wrong end of it.
On 2nd down, it's Jones. He'll take this forward for about a yard at best. It was Jeremy Chin that time up to make the stop. Looking to convert for the 3rd time on this drive. They'll need another here. It's 3rd and 2. Off the play fake, here's Darnold. Look wide, get this one complete. Trying to find some seam out there, but he will not. They get him behind the line, and fourth down is coming up.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a fourth down decision to make.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings will cut the lead down to 4.
And I can tell you firsthand, Mike, when you find yourself trailing in a game, you don't feel very good about coming away with field goals. But in this case, it does get them a little bit closer and cut into this deficit.
He'll start at the 4. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. The Commanders' offense and running back Brian Robinson on the field for their next drive. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. And the defense, good job sticking to their rules. They didn't take their eyes off the running back, who gains nothing.
I know it's easy from up in the booth, Mike, but I think that's one of those zone reads where the quarterback needs to pull it and keep it himself. The defense was clearly keyed on the running back. Not much room in there. No gain.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
Great pre-snap identification by the quarterback, realizing that the blitz was coming and exactly where the soft spot in the defense would be. He's able to put that slant route right on the front shoulder pad of his receiver, leads to a real nice run after catch, and brings up first down.
What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need, but really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hands of his receiver and then see what he can do after the catch.
Pass downfield is caught by Brown. That's his 3rd catch of this first half, and good enough for a first down.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
The motion man here is McLaurin. And here comes Robinson on a toss to the right. He'll get a yard or 2 to the 8. 2nd and goal. Throwing on 2nd down, Daniels. And he's into the end zone yet again. Touchdown, Commanders. What a half he is putting together. That's his 3rd touchdown already. This is turning into a monster game. Let's keep an eye on this. 3 touchdown catches alone in the first half. Could be a record-setting game. Seibert out now for the extra point. His kick is good. And the Commanders add on one more as they extend their 2nd quarter lead. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Powell now to bring it back. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Here comes Aaron Jones and the Viking offense as they take over once more. The deficit is double digits, so work to do as they begin this drive with 1st and 10. Off the bootleg, here's Darnold. This pass, right side, going to be caught by Addison. On the ground now with Jones. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
3rd and short yardage, and here's Darnold. That's over the middle and take it in. He's got it. A pickup of 12 yards. It'll be a Vikings 1st down.
3rd down is when we see so many tight ends around the league really make their money. They operate in the middle of the field. They're a big, easy target for the quarterback, and even if they are covered, Mike, they're not really ever covered.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. They'll go play action with Darnold. That's caught by Jones out of the backfield. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
All right, so there's really 3 areas that a modern NFL running back has to excel at. Number 1, the traditional handoffs. Number 2, you have to be excellent and reliable in pass protection. And maybe bigger than all of them, you have to be at least serviceable out of the backfield in the passing game.
The ball's out. One of his teammates is there to pick it up.
Sometimes these games in the NFL, Mike, they get decided by simply how the ball bounces. I mean, how often do we see a quarterback in the pocket get strip sack and that ball ends up going the other direction? Fortunately for them, they can regroup, get back in the huddle, and live another day. Ball falls into the hands of his own guy, and they'll see if they can dodge this bullet.
On 3rd and long, here's Darnold. Quickly, he gets it out to his right. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35.
Well, sometimes as a play caller, it's pretty easy. Get the ball into the hands of your best players. In this case, a wide receiver screen. Get it to him quick, get some blockers out in front, let him do the rest after the catch, and he picks up the 1st down.
Jones now on 1st and 10. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning 1st down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
They'll put Addison in motion. They run straight ahead with Jones. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down. To throw is Darnold. They'll set up the screen here to Akers. And that screen slow to develop, and they rally to the ball and stop him. That will be no gain on the screen.
Not the worst play call there. I actually like 3rd down screen game, especially when you're anticipating some pressure, an over-aggressive defense who's selling out to get to the quarterback. In this case, not a lot of room to operate. They don't convert. Brings up 4th down.
He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Vikings are able to get it back within a score.
So it's not exactly what you're looking for when you set out on a drive, but at the same time, you don't want to come away empty-handed either. So in this case, they'll take those 3 points.
Now, here comes a return from the 9. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Commanders' offense and Jaden Daniels ready to take over once more. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. Got a man left side. It's caught. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. They'll have a first down. It's a gain of 28. So, 2 minutes to play in a back-and-forth first half. We'll be back just outside the nation's capital after this. To throw is Daniels on 1st and 10. And he'll be taken down. They got him back at the 50-yard line. That's Jonathan Grenard busting in to record the sack.
This is what you don't want to see out of your quarterback. As that pocket starts to collapse, the good ones, they can keep their eyes downfield and feel the rush. They don't need to see the rush. Here, his eyes go down. He starts moving around the pocket, nowhere to go with the ball, and they bring him down for a sack.
So after the loss on 1st, here's 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's out to Brown, right side, complete.
So often, sacks, especially on 1st down, can be drive killers. But their ability here to take this from 2nd and long to 3rd and short, they've got a really good opportunity here, Mike. If they don't get it on 3rd, don't be surprised if they go for it on 4th.
3rd and a yard, it's Daniels. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. And he's going to have the first down. So they convert on 3rd down with a pickup of 9.
When you decide to throw the ball on 3rd and 1, typically, Mike, what you're doing is you start from the top down. If you have the big shot downfield, take it. If not, the quarterback works through his progression, finds the medium target, picks up a first down.
Daniels now on 1st down. He's got it at about the 8. And he gets marked out of bounds, but inside the 5-yard line. A nice throw by the rookie from LSU. And he's got his team a first down.
Man, they're just running this 2-minute drill to complete perfection. And this is such a point of emphasis of every offense, Mike. These end-of-half scenarios to come away stealing points make a big impact on the outcome of the game. And they're knocking on the door here, 1st and goal. And at the very least, got to come away with some points. So instead of celebrating a touchdown, he's just heading back to his huddle trying to keep his head up as everyone kind of looks at him sideways. If that ball hits your hands at this level, you've just got to make the catch. That's what your quarterback's counting on. That's what your teammates are counting on. Frankly, that's what this entire stadium is counting on.
This one caught just past the pylon. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Washington. He has done it again. That is 4 touchdown passes in this first half. Greg, he might skip halftime with the way he's performing right now.
Yeah, Mike, this passing attack is just really unstoppable. I mean, it is just remarkable the success he's been able to have. We're not even at halftime yet. He finds himself on record pace. I can't wait to see what he does the rest of this game.
Here's Seibert now for the point after. The kick is good. And the Commanders are going to extend their lead. Still a little time. Final minute of this first half. We'll see if they can do anything with this kickoff that is coming their way. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Vikings offense going to see what they can do in the final minute of this first half. They need to start making some inroads here. Down 2 scores as they begin this drive with first down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. To the right side, he's got Hockenson, his tight end. So now a timeout for the Vikings. That is their first, as they'll stop it with 27 seconds remaining until halftime. They'll come up here on 2nd down and 5. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Now he'll run it. That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota, as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go until halftime. They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He'll take off again. The Vikings go ahead and use their final timeout as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Darnold now to throw. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
3 for 3 in the game, as this one is also good. And the Vikings are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead. Three seconds, all that remain in this first half, as that one's away. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room. So we've hit halftime here in the home team. The Commanders are out on top, as we'll head down the coast now to Orlando. That's where we find Jonathan Coachman ready with our EA Sports halftime report. Coach.
Okay, Mike, thank you. More from you and Greg in a moment. But for now, welcome one and all to our EA Sports halftime report. The Commanders got a strong first half out of their quarterback, Jaden Daniels. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet.
Both teams ready to get back at it as we get back underway here on EA Sports. Powell now to bring it back. And he is stopped at the 25. The drive will begin there. The Vikings offense looking to get back to work as we begin this third quarter. They'll start out 1st down and 10. They'll run it with Jones to begin this drive. And he'll only get it to the 26-yard line, setting up 2nd and long. Throwing, Darnold. A quick throw, that's complete on the slant. Here's 3rd and 2. Darnold to throw. He's got this on target to Addison.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself on your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
On 1st and 10, here's Darnold. There's that man again, another catch. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
As a route runner, once you identify zone coverage like they were playing here, the key is find open space and stay in it. He did a nice job here because that was not a big hole. The quarterback had to put a little extra on that one, and they were able to make the completion.
And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He's got his receiver. It's Jones. A pickup of 11 yards on that one. 1st down, Minnesota.
And what really stands out about this drive is the ability of the quarterback to really spread the ball around to multiple targets and put so much pressure on the defense, deciding who do they want to account for, because no matter who they try to take away, the quarterback's doing a nice job of finding the open man.
Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. That's caught downfield by Jefferson. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
If you want to score points at a high level in the NFL, you have to generate explosive plays. And after that big chunk pass play, they find themselves now down there in the red zone, and this is where you have to finish drives.
Down at the 12. It's 1st and 10. Up the middle, here's Jones. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line.
Number one rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
Who else? Another catch for his favorite target.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
Throwing on 3rd down is Darnold. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Jordan Addison that time. And it's going to be 4th down.
You have to come down with those opportunities. You're not going to get your hands on the ball very often as a defensive player. And when you do, let alone in the end zone, those are plays you just have to make.
Another one through the uprights. He's 4 for 4 on the game. And the Vikings will cut into that lead.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
Reichert had the field goal a moment ago. He's back out now to kick this one away. Now return coming from the 7. Nice job on the return. He's down close to the 35-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been as good as advertised. Take you through some of the highlights. 4 touchdown passes, on point with his receivers right throughout, and continuing to master running and executing this offense. The drive will begin here with a run by Robinson. He finds a seam, a good run, Up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one. A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. The motion man here is McLaurin. On the toss, it's Robinson. And that'll give him a first down. Tackle made after the pickup of 3.
This offense, they're not interested in taking the deep shot here. 2nd and short, the way they're running the ball, pound the rock, reset the downs, and just keep the drive alive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. On the option, here's Robinson. And he'll get this across midfield as he's brought down, following a pickup of 5. They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. This one complete right side. 14 yards on that pass play there. Good for a Commanders first down.
Now, so far here today, putting points on the board certainly hasn't been a problem, and plays like that are why. Think about it, Mike. Sometimes you just have to take what the defense gives you and not force something that's not there, and that mid-range pass results in a fresh set of downs.
They'll go play action here with Daniels. He's got it inside the 5. He is in. Noah Brown. Touchdown, Commanders. That is 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And he continues to remain on fire. That is a rare NFL day. 5 touchdown passes thrown.
And, Mike, at this point, the defense just looks completely lost out there. I mean, they have no answers whatsoever, giving up the 5th touchdown pass of this ballgame.
Now, a 2-point conversion attempt coming. Man in motion is Brown. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. That's going to be incomplete. That would have been a tough grab. The collision jarred it loose. The try for 2 is unsuccessful. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Powell now to bring it back. And he'll be out of bounds on the return. And the drive will begin there. The visitors' offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They've got great starting position with a short field as they try to get back in this one. It is 1st and 10. This one brought in by Hawkinson. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
Whatever they've talked about in the locker room at the halftime break seems to have worked. They've come out with a new established energy. You could see it when they took the field. Now this offense seems to be building on it because with that chunk play, just a little bit of rhythm that they can build off of. They got a long way to go to get back into this game, but so far off to a good start.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line.
Finding yourself down here, multiple scores in the second half. The defense is going to give you some friendly run looks. So don't be afraid to mix it in there. But if you're going to find yourself coming back from this deficit, you're going to have to do it primarily through the air with just a little bit of mix of the run.
That's caught left side by Hawkinson. And no chance to turn and go. That one good for just a couple.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver, who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
And a good tackle out wide will hold him to a gain of just 3. Here now, 3rd and 5. To throw is Darnold. Here comes the screen to Jones. Looking for room out on the edge. You're not going to find it. As a matter of fact, I think they tracked him down behind the line of scrimmage. Good job by the defense, and it's 4th down.
Well, when you call a screenplay, of course, you're looking to catch the defense off guard and pick up a chunk play. You're not thinking you're actually going to find yourself going backwards, but that's exactly the case here, and really nice job by the defense sniffing that one out.
Reichard's kick is good. And the Vikings are able to put up 3 and cut into the lead.
And when you find yourself down double digits, you don't want to make habit of settling for these field goals. It does allow them to chip away a little bit and cut into this deficit, but they've got to find a way to score touchdowns.
The return starts from the 5. And he'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The home team's offense and their quarterback ready to go once more. And he has been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been picked apart. That is borne out in those impressive numbers. He has been terrific all game long. And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line.
Pretty much just more of the same from what we saw with this back in the first half, and he doesn't need much. He gets a little bit of space, and then he can create the rest. It's the combination of patience, vision, and then the burst to hit the hole once he sees it. This guy's been a handful all day.
Now Daniels throwing on 1st and 10. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
They'll try again here, 2nd and 10. Give left side. Here comes Robinson.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They come to the line needing 11 here on 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's taken in. It's Austin Eckler. And he'll be stopped short of a 1st down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you're relying heavily on the yards after the catch. So give credit to the defense here. Once the ball carrier had the ball, multiple guys around him, corralled him, take him down short of the sticks.
But he cannot get away. Great job down there to hold him to a short return. The visitors' offense ready to get back to work. They'll begin with 1st and 10. Here's Darnold. This one is caught by Addison. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Now Jones. He'll manage only a couple. The veteran Bobby Wagner in there on the stop. They'll come up to 3rd and 3. Now Darnold. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
This is what every offense looks to do, Mike. They want to attack the middle of the field. That's the most valuable real estate in football. And oftentimes, that's where the chunk plays come. Give it to your receiver on the move and let them do the rest.
So, 1st and 10 here now at the 38. They'll put Addison in motion. They'll go play action with Darnold. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes.
Once the quarterback leaves the pocket, the hope is that it buys him a little time to allow second reaction from his receivers downfield. What he's not accounting for is the speed of a lot of these defensive ends in the league, Mike. He closed that distance a lot faster than I think the quarterback anticipated, and he comes away with the sack.
From the shotgun, here's Darnold. He'll throw it left and has his running back. He's still on his feet. And he will score. Aaron Jones. Touchdown, Vikings.
Well, it seems this game is kind of getting to the point, Mike, where it's defense optional. I mean, both these teams are really just having their way with their opponent. They're going up and down the field, and after this long touchdown, yes, this is great if you're a fantasy player, but it's not so great if you're a defensive coordinator.
Will Reichard now on for the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Vikings have cut the deficit to 5. Reichard out now, following the touchdown, as he kicks this one away. This fielded at about the 9. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Commanders' offense and their quarterback headed out for their next possession. And he's had it going in the first half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. He'll get this out wide, and they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
Rookie to rookie right there, Mike. And I'll tell you what, they've got some really good young pieces on this roster.
Here's 1st and 10. A give, and here comes Robinson. And he'll get this up to the 44. Josh Metellus there on the tackle. Second down and 8. Here's Daniels. The pass rush gets home, and he goes down.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun on 3rd down, Daniels. Wow, a pretty good comeback to say the least. Not enough for a first down, but a really solid pickup, and it brings us to 4th down.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike. How well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. the Vikings offense and Sam Darnold heading back on the field. And you get a look at the numbers, they don't even tell the whole story. This has been a tremendous performance to this point. That one caught by Hawkinson. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Darnold to throw. They'll try to set up the screen here. Good-looking screenplay there. A gain of 11 and a first down.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
And that one shut down right away. Good pressure on the backside. The defense stops him for no gain.
Well, that defense had that pegged from the jump, Mike. They tried to catch him a little off guard by doing a jet sweep to the wide receiver. There was no going anywhere on the outside. Great pursuit by the defense. No gain.
On play action, here's Darnold. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
It's rare to see an offense that finds themselves trailing and say, well, their quarterback's been actually one of their biggest bright spots. Usually that doesn't go hand in hand, so it's a little surprising to see him miss a throw like that on a day where he's completed passes at a highly efficient rate.
Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Going up top. That is incomplete. Well read that time defensively, making it difficult downfield, and that's going to bring up a 4th down.
If you want to be a top-notch NFL DB, of course, yes, the athleticism is a given, but it's really, you have to be instinctive. The instincts are what allow you to maximize those physical skills, and you saw him on full display right here, leading in the big-time breakup.
And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Daniels now on 1st down. Quickly, he gets it out to his right. And it'll be brought down as we tick towards the end of this 3rd quarter. So, no shortage of offense in this one as we end the 3rd. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Second and a yard. Now Daniels. Set up the screen. Out wide, it's Brown. And he's down on the other side of midfield. Mark him at the 48-yard line.
A lot could go wrong anytime you decide to put the ball in the air here late in the 4th quarter as you're trying to run out the clock and protect this lead. But at the same time, I like that they haven't gone super conservative, just handoff right, handoff left, and it just turns into tackling practice. So I like the balance of making the defense defend everything, because right now, possess the ball, protect the ball, and ultimately just run the clock out. In a lot of offenses, Mike, these quick passes to the wide receivers really fall under the run category. Of course, they're going to go down as a forward pass, but to a lot of offensive coordinators in the league, it's a lot easier to pick up 1st and 2nd down yardage on these quicks than it is to turn around and hand it off to your running back and count on blocking everybody.
He finds the veteran Ertz. He'll try to use that size to push forward, but it's not going to work. Defense strong up front. And they're going to get him down behind the line of scrimmage.
Linebacker certainly wasn't fooled on that play. Not only does he get there in a hurry, but he's able to secure that tackle and bring him down for a loss.
3rd and 6. Daniels going to throw again. That's caught. Left side. It's complete. And they're going to move this ball inside the 25-yard line.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the fourth quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that third down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up first downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
They face 2nd down and 7. Another run here for Robinson. He's taken down just shy of the 10.
And this running game has really been rolling, Mike, all game long. The holes, the run lanes, they've been there consistently. Here's another nice run as they look to put this game away.
They can still get a first down at the 1. 1st and 10, they go from the 11. They'll go again with Robinson. A modest gain, maybe 2 yards. It's 2nd down. Daniel's going to keep this himself. Nothing doing there. He'll go down behind the line.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And they're going to track him down. He couldn't find a receiver, and down he goes.
Feels like they needed that sack this entire drive. It feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
So a big spot for Austin Seibert. This to stretch the lead to a touchdown. And this one right down the middle. It's good. A big 3 points as they extend their fourth quarter lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
So here's Seibert, made the field goal a moment ago, and now we'll kick this one away. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The visitors' offense ready to take over once again. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. The drive begins with a carry by Jones. And he lowers the shoulder, a gain of about 3. Second and 7. They run it once more with Jones. And the defense there to meet him. They'll hold him to 2 and bring up 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Darnold. And this ball incomplete on 3rd down.
Just didn't quite get enough into that ball. You see sometimes the pressure, the rush force a quarterback to throw the ball off his back foot, and I think there was a little bit of that here at play. You have to be willing to step up, even in the face of pressure, and get enough behind that ball to put that one a little bit more on the money.
Now, fair catch called, and he's going to take it out beyond the 25-yard line. So now, out comes the offense, led by their quarterback as they take over once again. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read, seemingly every time.
Well, let's give some credit to the big boys up front in the trenches. They knew that blitz was coming. They held up just long enough that the quarterback could get that ball out safely and results in a completion.
Here's 2nd and 6. Daniels now going to look to throw. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
If you want to play running back in today's modern NFL, Mike, you have to be able to be a viable weapon in the passing game. It's all about touches. It's not just about handoffs anymore. It's how many different ways can we get the ball in your hands.
On first down, Daniels. That one knocked away and incomplete.
It's his ability to change direction. He's able to go from his back pedal to then driving that route fast enough that he gets to the ball immediately as it arrives, and he's able to knock it down.
They'll try again. It's 2nd and 10. From the shotgun, it's Daniels. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down.
He's just unable to secure the catch through the contact, and really nice job timing that hit up by the defense. And at this point, all you can do is get up, get back in the huddle, and hope your quarterback gives you another shot.
On 3rd down, they'll throw with Daniels. And that is incomplete.
Nearly gave the ball back to his offense with a short field to work with. And tell you what, if I'm this defensive coordinator, I'm going to have all my guys on the jugs machine this week after practice, because when the quarterback gives you a gift like that, you've got to come away with that pick.
And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Out comes the Minnesota offensive unit as they get set to take over. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Play fake to Jones, and now Darnold. Open man downfield, it's Addison. That's a gain of 21 to open this drive.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Mike, there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll work his way past the 40. He's tackled after a gain of 4. Now, after the run, we get a stoppage for an injured player. The training staff going to look, and will step out for a moment. Big play coming up. This is 3rd down. Darnold now to throw. And this is going to be incomplete. That is great work there. making things difficult defensively. It'll set up a 4th down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
Good hang time. The fair catch will be made back at their own 12. The offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And he has been masterful so far leading this offense, keeping the mistakes to a minimum, on point with his passes, generally one step ahead of the defense all game long. And some space opens as he's brought down following a gain of 6. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. Working out of the gun, it's Daniels. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a 1st down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
They run over center with Robinson. And a good run there. Going to get him 5 yards. On play action, Daniels. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a 1st down. That's his 2nd catch on the drive. This one is good for 20 yards.
It's just so impressive to see how good these guys are, especially the veterans, Mike. They've been out there a long time, a lot of experience. They know exactly where they are on the sideline, not only to secure this catch, but to be able to toe tap and drag that 2nd foot. That's a big-time play by a big-time receiver.
They'll give it to Eckler on the option. And a strong 1st down run, a pickup of 9, setting up 2nd and short.
Offensively, landing a lot of body blows on this drive, Mike. Just the ability to steadily march the ball downfield and remain so efficient, both run and pass. As they continue to wear this defense out, they have to find a way to end this drive with points. Anything short of that will be a bit of a letdown.
Now this is going to be a design run. They let him keep it, and no place to go. He's hit and taken down behind the line.
At this stage in the 4th quarter, great job by the defense, understanding exactly what the offense is trying to do. They're trying to bleed the clock, shorten the game. They completely sold out to stop the run, able to take them down for a loss.
On 2nd down, it's Daniels. Quick throw, taken in. And he'll get about 6 before he's taken down. Got to get this to the 25. Here's 3rd down. Operating from the gun, it's Daniels. That's a dozen for number 12, and he's got a 1st down as well.
It's like a textbook, methodical, efficient NFL drive. 4 for 4 throwing the ball, mixing in some run. You're just marching the ball downfield at your will, and they get a fresh set of downs now to see if they can convert this nice drive into some points.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll throw with Daniels. Look at that. Slinged it across his body and connected. And the Commanders are going to be set up with a 1st and goal now. Tackle made at the 9.
Big-time completion right there, and this isn't just a spot where they're trying to run the game out here in the 4th quarter. They were not only trying to pick up points, but they're trying to get in the end zone and extend this lead. So really nice job here late. You're going to see if they can put this one out of reach.
The defense all over this one. They get him behind the line of scrimmage. A loss of a couple. So pushed back to the 11-yard line for 2nd and goal. And he's into the end zone. That might be the knockout punch. Jaden Daniels. Touchdown, Washington. Everything you want to do right there, Greg, in the 4th quarter. Get the ball with the lead and extend it to a 2-score advantage.
Yeah, and I think this just might end up being too much to overcome. You said it. Once you get a 2-score lead this late in the 4th quarter, there's just not enough possessions to be had to claw yourself back in it.
Seibert out now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Commanders will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter. Seibert now following the touchdown. He's out to kick it away. Powell now to bring it back. And a decent return there. He'll get this up just shy of the 30. The visitors' offense ready for this next possession. They'll try to establish some tempo as they start this one with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, here's Darnold.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
Another try, 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Here comes the screen to Jones. The screen works for 10 yards and a 1st down.
It's been tough sledding for this offense all day today, Mike, but especially here in the 2nd half. So they are just in desperate need of a spark, just something to get their offense into a little bit of a rhythm if they want to have any chance to find themselves back into this game here late.
Darnold to throw on 1st down. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. Two timeouts still left, but scoring quickly here, a must. It's 1st and 10. Darnold to throw again. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
He'll let one go down the middle. That one knocked away. It is incomplete. Very good job defensively. Stayed right with him and will bring up 3rd down.
I think that's one of those cases where he just tried to put a little bit too much on it and fit it into that window, Mike, and sails it high. Give his guy a chance to bring that one down. Put that ball on his chest and help him secure that catch. At this level, when you're that open, that ball has to be completed. Every so often, Mike, you can see these offenses, and it looks like the passing game gets a little bit too predictable. And as the defense continues to flood the back end of these zones with extra defenders, they're continuing to force this quarterback to not only make some difficult throws, but to put the ball in harm's way.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. To the sideline, and what a catch, and what a great job to keep the feet alive. Inbounds as good as you can do it. What a big play on 4th and 10. 39 yards. Here's 1st down. To throw again is Darnold. He'll get this complete. It's Addison again. Now, 2nd and 4. Here's Darnold again. And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
And that's a big-time play. It felt like they really needed it, Mike. That was a drive where the offense seemed to be in complete control. Anytime on the defense where you find yourself on your heels, you're giving up big plays, you're giving up fresh set of downs, you need a spark. You need something to change the momentum of the drive, and we'll see if that was it right there.
That is incomplete. And here we go. They're down to what could be their final play. It's 4th down.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that 3rd down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this 4th down after failing on 3rd.
And he's going to go down. The pressure once again too much. And that should wrap this one up.
So the key to this 4th down stop defensively was their ability to flush the quarterback out of the pocket. Anytime you can do that, you shrink the field, you limit the quarterback's options, and in this case, he can't find anyone, and ultimately, he goes down for a huge 4th down stop.
The Commanders' offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. As we look back at some of the highlights in this one, you'll see a lot of them, Greg, coming from the passing game. They've done a nice job picking the defense apart.
Yeah, and I think that's the right way to say it. It hasn't necessarily been just a bunch of deep shots, a bunch of explosives. It's been more methodical. It's been precise. They've really been all over their execution, and this is about as close to a
Brian Robinson inside the 30. And this is going to be a touchdown. They are going to extend the lead here in the final minute of play. Well, that's a way to start a drive. He takes it all the way to the house. I don't know what they were talking about on the last series, but they've come out on this series, Greg, with the right answer for the touchdown.
And, Mike, the reason a lot of teams start off drives with a run play is to allow themselves to operate ahead of the chains. Well, not this guy. He found the alley, he took it, and he's off to the races for 6.
Here's Seibert now for the point after. It's up and good. And the Commanders are able to extend the lead. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. Powell now to bring it back. And they'll bring him down just shy of the 30-yard line. This offense and their wide receiver heading back onto the field. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. He's going to let one fly for Addison.
They nearly connected on the big play downfield, but he's not quite able to hold on to that ball through the contact. You can chalk that one up as a win defensively.
Throwing on second down, Darnold. And he'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
This is why it's so critical that the quarterback and his intended target are on the same page. They got to speak the same language. When there's miscommunication, it leads to errant throws, and when errant throws lead to big missed opportunities.
Throwing on third down is Darnold. He's got a receiver. It's Addison. And he will take this one in. 71 yards. Touchdown, Minnesota. Now we'll get a two-point try here. Darnold has the offense lined up. They'll look to throw. That's pulled in, and they're able to tack on the two-point conversion.
Mike, I think all of us can remember exactly where we were during a certain Super Bowl where throwing the ball this close to the goal line ended up being a disaster. But unlike that time, they ran this pass play to perfection, and the result, 2 points.
Looking to double up here, score the touchdown. They want more. They're lining up for an onside kick. Past midfield.
Well, we knew, Mike, this was going to take a miracle. All they needed to do was recover this, score, recover another one, score again. Unfortunately, that's not going to happen, and this game's all but over.
That's a second charge timeout for Minnesota. Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Victory formation, defense powerless to stop. And that should just about do it. The last two runs each lost a yard. Now they're looking at a 3rd and 12. Victory formation here as he's down to a knee. So it's a win here for the Commanders. This was a game where both offenses were up and down the field, marching the ball at will, matching each other point for point. But in the end, they got a few more defensive stops than their opponents did, and that was the difference in this one. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Commanders are winners as we say so long from just outside our nation's capital.